So I've always wanted to be a farmer. It was just a question of time when I was going to have that opportunity in my life and have the resources, and if I could talk my partner into being a farmer with me. So my name is Jeff Saeli. I served from 1982 to 1986 with the United States Marine Corps. I was a corporal. I was with the 2nd Marine Regiment. I was there for 3 years. And then I got out, got bored, and decided I wanted to be a paratrooper, so I joined the Army, served with the 82nd Airborne in Panama in the first Gulf War. 1994, I attended officer candidate school and spent the next 10 years as an infantry officer, retiring in 2004 down at Fort Benning, where I met my wife Nina, who at the time was still in service.
My name's Nina Saeli, and upon graduation from college, I commissioned into the Medical Service Corps. I spent 17 and a half years as a Medical Service Corps officer in the United States Army. I had to have 2 spine surgeries prior to leaving the military, and both Jeffrey and my surgeon were worried that I would not take my recovery seriously. So they asked me to try to find a hobby that was more mentally challenging and less physically challenging. Probably the most difficult struggle that I had in my transition was feeling as if I had lost my sense of purpose. The Army gave me a very strong sense of purpose. And I worked for 4 different companies in various positions, but it really wasn't until we made the decision 2 years ago to start farming that I feel as if I'm starting to regain my sense of purpose. I became a soldier to serve my country, and now I've become a farmer to serve my community. And so I spent the fall and the winter during my recovery studying plant growth, and I come to understand that there was a time when farmers were able to grow things without pesticides and without herbicides. And I was like, okay, if they could do that then, why are we not doing it now? And so I endeavored to study and learn what are the things that we need on our farm to enable us to grow healthy fruits and vegetables and herbs without these chemicals. And that's when I came across the word permaculture. And so one of the things that I'm trying to do is not just become sustainable in regards to our resources, but I'm trying to create many ecosystems within the farm.
There's permaculture and then there's organic farming. We do try to be organic farms, right? We don't want to use pesticides, we don't want to use herbicides, because we don't want that stuff in our food, and we don't believe it's necessary to grow food if you take the time to pay attention to it. So you have some extra labor to do and you have to think about things. The second area where I think that's really important, and this is one of the reasons I'm in farming to begin with, is it increases your level of self-sufficiency. And permaculture is a way to achieve self-sufficiency on your farm so that if you don't have external inputs, you nonetheless can keep farming because you have a method for producing those inputs on your own. This field is either going to be, at this point we're thinking either orchards, fruit orchards, or hardwood orchards for nuts, or a combination of both.
So Jeffrey and I both have a background in planning. And military planning is a pretty intense process. In the military, you don't do anything without having a plan to do it. And in our business plan, we set out objectives and goals for the next 5 years. And these keep us focused. These guide our activities, they guide our procurement schedule.
The other thing the business plan allows us to do is present to others what we intend to do in our methodology, and that helps them better guide us because they can see what we intend to do and they can say, well, that might work, that might not work. It lets them know what sort of resources might be appropriate.
One of the most valuable resources that I've used has been going to the workshops that have been sponsored by the local Cornell Extension offices. These workshops have not just been informative, but they've provided an opportunity to network with a lot of local farmers that we've gone back and met with again and visited their farms, and it's been very helpful.